that tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
That was so weird.
I don't know what that was. It looks normal from what I.
It didn't say we were live. That's so weird.
Yeah.
StreamYard's such a. Anyway.
Okay.
Bitch here we are.
Yes, here we are for a. I hope everyone is. No one's in the comments yet. But I know people.
We got
were
people
waiting for us to start.
Yeah,
yeah, and we're starting sort of promptly compared to usual. And we think Jason will hop on shortly, but definitely a packed show. I kind of regret pushing this off for as long as I did, but I was, worried that I didn't have enough content. Oh, let's wait till closer to May the 4th. So happy Revenge of the 5th for everyone out there, because we didn't have a show yesterday. Okay, Robin and Ben are here. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I'd expect nothing less. Thank you. But yeah, I was like, let's try to do it closer to May the 4th so there'll be more stuff to talk about. And now I'm like, oh shit, we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
We also had an issue with people not being able to. I couldn't get on Tuesday, so
yeah,
we had to push it back. But there's a lot. There's a lot of everything.
And you guys should get used to this new backdrop, by the way, because I moved. That's right. So you're gonna have to get used to like a bunch of Batman shit behind me now. I swear I still have Star Wars stuff. It's just the side of the room that you guys can't see.
Are you gonna put a print above that case there? Yeah.
I have two already picked out. Yeah. And this wall that's next to me is almost 28 feet long. And
nice.
I've got it planned out to like inches.
Of course.
That's exciting. Yeah. But let's jump right into it. If I can do this right. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties because I'm on a weird computer tonight.
I got you.
I'm on my piece of shit computer.
You're good. It's full screen.
Okay. So this one, it feels like it came out ages ago. But Andy Fairhurst did a Book of Boba Fett themed boba print. It was 18 by 24. Mm-hmm. Edition size was 175, and I think it went fairly quickly, which I thought was kind of surprising. I saw a lot of people saying that they were going for this or were excited for it, and I was actually kind of surprised just because of the reception of the show. But I think that goes to prove that us collectors are kind of into things, whether the source material is fantastic or not.
Right.
Says the woman who bought the Boba on Throne from NYC and is really excited about it.
This is cool though. Like I almost went for this, but I don't. There's too many things, but it is cool. I like it. It's a cool print.
And Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
It's a little odd setup where I can't see either of your faces unless I look at my TV.
That's perfect because his face isn't on the screen, so it's perfect.
Yeah. I'd expect nothing less, but that's nice to have you with us. And then I wanted to include this because it was actually a lot more popular than I thought with the folks I was talking to.
This is cool.
It still doesn't pass the 89 Batman print that I have, in my opinion, the Matt Ryan Tubin. That's the only reason why I didn't jump on this. But I liked that it was I wouldn't say dynamic pose, but I don't think I've ever seen a Keaton Batman print where he's in this kind of pose. It's typically like the kind of like Paul Mann floating head, or something a little more like museum and stoic. So I thought that was interesting. This was the regular edition size of 275, and then the variant, which is kind of like that more sepia tone edition of 100.
I don't mind that.
So a different, like, again, with the colorway, I think you couldn't go wrong with either of these, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I like I think we're going to see a lot of resurgence for 89 Batman with, is it the Batgirl movie he's going to appear in? Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
So what we're all here for.
This is just embarrassing.
Well,
Look at Luke.
I really love Mark Engler.
Riverdance.
This is good. I like it, but I'm not sold on it. What's odd about it is I actually like the glow in the dark feature.
Sure.
I was just gonna say, I gotta give credit to that glow in the dark feature. It's great.
Yeah, but this, like, where he's the floating rock scene, the Jedi training remote scene rather, is not one that I would have picked.
No,
I don't know which one I would have picked, but it looks a little
bad.
No,
it looks like Grogu. Like, oh, Grogu. Like, it's just weird.
Episode.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just weird how he's standing, and then Ahsoka's looking off into absolutely nowhere. Like she's looking into the sky.
Well, that's probably because he used the Ahsoka hot toy as the reference for her.
I don't know. I just don't like it. I think if I get the scene, I get what he's doing. I get the glow in the dark feature. It is amazing to me that they can even make these things where it's like, it's a totally different scene when it's glow in the dark. That's incredible. I'm the
glow in the dark image is nice.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of these.
I just don't know what's up with that Hammer Time Luke.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I think everyone knows, like, one of my grails is Mark Engler. I think besides Matt Ferguson, he's probably the artist I have the most prints of.
Yeah.
If I were to look at my collection, but he's done some excellent ones. This is not top of my list. I think even like his Last Jedi print was better than this.
No, it's well done about this too. I know it's not even the image isn't bad at all. I actually like how the foreground is defined and the background is sort of like intentionally out of focus. I think that's also well done. I just think the positioning and detail on Ahsoka and Luke is not, the best executed. But otherwise, the imagery isn't. I like the imagery.
The nature stuff is fine.
Yeah, and then the glow in the dark scene where he's lighting up the cave with a saber is pretty clever, considering it's glow in the dark. I think the juxtaposition of that is well executed as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the regular screen, I guess, is what we get, is not the glow in the dark version. I just don't know where to focus my eyes, if I'm quite honest. I don't know what to look at first. I don't know if I should look at like Luke and Ahsoka first, or if I catch Grogu first. I think that's
don't look at Luke.
A little, like, monotonous.
Don't look at Luke.
So these ones,
these are nice.
Yeah,
Luke right.
I almost got this Luke. I'll show you in a second the Luke I did get. But I think I have a few Kevin Wilson prints, but I thought these were, I think maybe actually, I don't think I could find anything wrong with either of these. I thought that the Vader, there's something about the Vader I wasn't too crazy about, but of course it was like Luke caught my eye first, and then I thought that's kind of a really stoic Yoda. I do like that treatment. And then the Vader, there's just something about it that I'm not 100% sold on, but I do think this is a fantastic set.
Yes, you know what it is, CC. When I saw the Vader, I was like, you know when you see people trying to act like they're walking and they use the same arm and leg at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? And it's really awkward.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like he's doing. And I can't get past it. Like it's strange to me how he's walking. But I do like the colors. I like all the different I like all the different scenes. I think Yoda looks great. The Luke is fantastic to me. He looks. It's gotten Luke's look like really, really spot on. It looks like the wind is like blowing the sand. Like it's just really pretty. I just wish that people didn't have to put Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi on like all these like, prints. Like it would be nice. And I know they made other ones that they didn't, but I'm just saying that the color ones are beautiful. It would have been even better, I think, without that stuff. So
and I do know that there's like some weird legalities with credits. Like there's some reasons why they have to put credits on ones versus other ones. But you're right. I think at this point, if you're a true fan, there's no freaking need to have the credits to know that that's a scene from Star Wars versus Empire versus Return of the Jedi. I think I just pinpointed what I wasn't crazy about with the Darth Vader. It's not necessarily the posture of like his upper body, as far as he's kind of doing the like clenched fist, arms out, kind of like the Batman Begins premium format, or the Silver Surfer statue that everyone was talking about. It's I think, because I'm not used to, I don't recall seeing it very often. I think it's the sheen of his leg. Like when I look at this, I don't look at his helmet, right? His face first. All I'm drawn to is like the sheen, the texture of his leg, which I guess is not a bad thing because it means you're showing texture, but I think it's something about it's a bit distracting.
Yeah. I get why they, yeah, I hear you. I get why they did some of the things they did with this set. I mean, like even the logos at the bottom, like because they do have that thin gold, whatever that goes, that boxes everything in, and it does make sense to do that when you have the things at the bottom. But man, it would just look so good. It's like a virgin cover of a comic book. I just like that better.
Trade dress where it's got just the title and nothing else.
Yeah.
And great size on these. 12 by 24. That's fantastic. It means they could actually fit in a lot of collections. These were the variants. So I think beautiful. Matt and I both got the Luke. And then Jason, did you get any of these?
I did not know.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the Luke was absolutely amazing. The black and white.
And dare I say they hung around for a little bit. I think
these didn't.
Like 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay. You're talking about a minute. You're talking about 5 minutes. All right.
Versus like having a
Yeah. I hear you.
Like
I hear you.
That might as well be an eternity. The other ones that I'll show hung out a little bit longer. So I didn't mention this, but the colored versions of these ones here were timed. So I don't even know the edition size. I don't think Bottleneck has even said the edition size, but they sold them from like noon yesterday to noon today, I want to say.
Right.
So I'm not sure how many of those they're going to produce, but these ones were the limited ones. Again, I almost got the color version of Luke as opposed to the black and white, but I think everyone and their mother knows I have a collection of black and white art prints now. So I was really happy to jump on these. And then, so the lenticular was actually the first thing of all of the releases to sell out, which
really
surprised me. Yeah. Because it tends to be pricier, and also it is an interesting size. I'm not big into lenticulars. I don't follow it very often. But this one's 18 by 24. I know there's a lot of discussion as far as Bottleneck doesn't sell a light box that's 18 by 24, but I could have sworn I've seen people display these without a light box because it doesn't mean that the effect's not there. It's just not going to come across as strongly as if you're using a light box.
See, this to me is like, it's like going to a 4D theater where like I don't want to watch Batman and have like wind blowing in my face and like sprays of water in my, I don't need that shit while I watch a movie. So this same thing with the lenticulars. I just don't need to walk past my print and have it move when I walk past it. Like, it's just,
it's I don't get gimmicky to me.
Super gimmicky. I also think this print is gimmicky as well. Like, I just think, like, you want to make a buck, make freaking the Mandalorian holding Grogu with like blaster fire around him. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's not the most imaginative. And the lenticular was an edition size of 125, and then the print, which is not a foil or anything like that, but same size, 18 by 24. That was an edition of 200. But I think of everything, including the Kevin Wilson's, the lenticular was the one that sold out the fastest. So this was a Mondo release, so I didn't even pay attention to how long these were up because I don't bother. I don't think it's very surprising to people that I don't follow Mondo very closely. So it's kind of late on and finding out that these even existed.
They just go so fast. Everything goes so fast. It's like not even. It's impossible.
I think with something that made the fourth drops though, there was so many things being released at the same exact time that some things did sit around for 5 minutes, 10 minutes because people were trying to, you may have had 2 or 3 things that you were interested in, but you can only be on one site at a time or purchasing one piece at a time.
And keep in mind too, I think, could be wrong, but I think Mondo specifically is going to have stuff for Celebration. Around Celebration. I think some people were dropping stuff on May the 4th. I think some people were holding stuff back to Celebration. And they seem to do that a lot. So I think we'll see more from them.
But this one was 24 by 36 in addition. The regular was 320. It's cool, but I don't know if it's me, but I just get like paper doll vibes.
Yeah.
So this wasn't necessarily for me. But I think
does. It looks like CC where you cut the pieces, you cut like the paper things out, and then you put it onto and you make the character. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But I could see this looking really great, say behind a showcase of some of Mando armor or props. I think that would be a really cool way to introduce art like this. This was the variant. The
blueprint type of.
Yep. So basically the same thing, but just kind of like a different colorway. This was an edition size of 145.
That's cool.
Yeah. Not bad.
Not my thing. That's cool. Damn, that's cool. That's sick.
I like that.
So I showed these to a few people, and they've been like really receptive to it. It's not licensed, I will tell you that, but I've bought a print from this gallery before, the film seller. They're still available last I checked. So this is the regular. It's 12 by 24. I just bought this, and then the Luke came out, the Luke Kevin Wilson. So I figured I could probably put these even side by side, and they'd look great. But this is a limited edition of 300 for the regular, and also the variant. I wanted to include this because I think we're always really impressed when variants are more than just a change in colorway. Yeah. So I didn't notice this until I was actually putting the show sheet together. The silhouette of
the character is different, the background's different,
the colorway is different, the background's different.
They put Harry Potter in it. That's interesting.
Yeah. I really like this.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I like the black and white one more, I think, but it does look cool. I'm a little bit thrown off by the head inside the hood is a little small. Like it looks a little small-ish, weirdish, but otherwise I think it does look really cool. I love the rays of light going out.
Yeah, it definitely feels very digital because this artist works in kind of a digital medium. Sure. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name or their name, but the variant was an edition size of 100, and like I said, I think I was on the website today and they were still available. So I like the show a lot, so I think that
it's a good show.
We'll slowly start to see prints trickle in. It's surprising. I was talking to someone today about the differences between, say, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, as far as how long it takes them to start producing art prints from certain shows and movies once they're out. So I've seen a few licensed prints featuring Moon Knight, but they've been like comic book covers, so not like original art. So this is the first I've seen, of course, not licensed, but it's something. So last I checked, these were still available. Scott C. I'm not a huge fan, but I know a lot of people are big fans of Scott C. His prints tend to be very small. This is the largest of the ones that were available for 48 hours. So it might still be available. Actually, I just saw that. Timed edition. This one was 12 by 12 called The Projection. So it's a Last Jedi print. Say with that what you will. And then I liked this one. I thought it was interesting. I think his style kind of lends really well to the aliens, the Katina aliens. Scum and Villainy, 5 by 5. Not your
cool. It's interesting. No, it's not bad. The first one I think is like, a third grader made. They're like, oh, I want to make an AT-AT and have a smile on it. Like, it's not my thing at all. But this is cool. I get his style. If it's cool. I like this better though. I like this better for him than Happy AT-ATs and TIE Fighters.
it's not my personal preference, but I could see these lending themselves well in like parts of your home where you're not the only one who sees it, perhaps, or even like the kids' room. But
Yeah.
not really my thing. Though this was a Rogue One, so it was nice to see the Believer,
cool.
another 5x5. I do like the kind of imperfect stormtroopers. So in that regard, I like his style, but it's definitely not.
The Return of the Jedi helmets.
They're like melting ice cube heads.
His style always has kind of like a friendly tinge to it, and I tend to like my stuff like dark and vampy. So, The Doing. This is 5x7. That Yoda's seen some shit though.
Yeah, holy shit.
Nice. So yeah.
It's like don't go in that cave. Oh.
He's looking at those colorful toads.
Right. And still can't get a decent likeness on Mark Hamill.
Yes, that's so sad.
I'm telling you, man, when they pitch an artist and they're like, "Hey, we need you to do a picture of Vader," they're like, "Whew," and they're like, we need you to picture of Luke." They're like, "God damn."
Yeah.
Shit.
They must just be like, "God shit."
How do I make it look like a guy got hit by a car? And you know what I mean? Like, how do I get that droopy eye look?
Yeah. So this is the start of the Celebration exclusives through Dark Ink, and there's a lot. So
yeah,
get
there is,
I thought this was.
Is she holding ski poles, or I'm not being a smartass. I'm generally curious. Is she holding ski poles?
Don't know.
No, they're they look to me like twirling batons.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Cheerleaders use. So the artist posted that they were inspired by their daughter when doing this.
Sure.
I like the message. It's not something that I would put up in my house.
I agree, CC. I do like the message of this, and I like the whole. Why am I drawing a blank there?
I'm gonna start selling Star Wars doodles. Oh my god!
The classic American artist. I can't think of his name right now.
Not Rockwell.
Yes.
Norman. Is it Norman Rockwell?
Is it Rockwell?
Is it Norman?
It's Norman.
You're talking about Norman?
It's definitely Norman.
Norman Rockwell?
But I like the style, and I do like the inspiration of it, yeah.
Yeah. I had the same feeling like this. I think it's Norman Rockwell. Jesus.
Yeah, say Norman Rockwell, yeah.
Norman Rockwell. Well, it's either an artist or a porn star. Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, one or the other.
Same
thing.
It's not Rockefeller for sure. I think it's Norman Rockwell. But I get, again, this is one that I think I could see in a kid's room, which would be really nice.
Yeah.
Like little girls' room would be cool. But yeah.
This is really a great piece for a young girl's room.
Yeah. The next one. I actually really like this. Not enough for me to own, I don't think. But this is Steve Anderson's Heart of the Rebellion. I think I just like the tones of this. But
it's cool how her dress, cloak, or whatever it is that comes down and swirls into the low. It's cool. It's decent, yeah.
Also, I didn't mention this with the last one. So the thing that a lot of people are upset with is that these are available for pre-order, but you have to have someone to actually pick them up at the convention, presumably at the Dark Ink booth.
Yeah.
I will say this as lovingly as possible. If you want me to help you with that, please reconsider. I need to help a few people, but I'm getting a little bit of anxiety being responsible for that much expensive paper and having to ship it
that's
multiple different places. But there are some Facebook groups. If you want to PM me, I could show you where those Facebook groups are, where you could ask for what's called a poster buddy. It's not sexual. Don't get it twisted. But that's
it can be though.
When they have things like this that are exclusives to cons, people can volunteer to pick up prints for other people who are not able to attend in person.
Yeah.
So if you need connections on how to locate a poster buddy that's not me, let me know. If you want to beg me to help you, wait till I'm intoxicated or something, and maybe I'll say yes.
You know what? Go on Grindr You can find a poster buddy on Grindr. Listen, I've never heard of that. That's I mean, it makes sense. It's hard
Not
to
a
figure
sex
out.
app. I promise you, it's not. I
It
mean,
is.
if you go on Grinder, they're gonna make one up.
Yeah, you'll find a poster buddy on there. I think it's tough I get it that it's tough for people not going to. I mean, some of these are really cool, and it's a bummer not to be able to pick these up. But yeah, that's cool that they offer that people do that.
Yeah, I do like this. I will say that there's something about Celebration exclusive posters besides the watermarks on them that I think that if I look at a poster, I can tell, or print, I can tell that it was a Celebration exclusive.
Sure, yeah.
Ask me why, but this is one of those that the second I look at it, I know it's a Celebration exclusive. But I do like it. I'm undecided on whether or not I need to add it to my collection, though. This is one that I actually did have a tinge of maybe I should get it, only because I'm getting the NYC Bobon Throne. So this is Jonathan Baseline, if I'm saying that right. Jeez. Tensions in Post Pelgo, lithograph 16 by 24. All of the prints that are the dark ink Celebration exclusives are edition sizes of 250. As of today, I think 2 of them are already sold out, and I think I make notes on those. But there's something about the tones I really like of this. It kind of reminds me of oh, why am I blanking on his name? Adam Hughes has done a lot of like Art Nouveau style prints. Like I know Steve really loves his Leia print that I think was a Celebration exclusive a few years ago.
Yeah.
And this kind of gives me the same sort of vibes. Whether you like the show or not. Well, also Most Pelgo, this is Cobb Vanth. So could we say that this is a Mando print?
Well, he's in both. I mean,
but he didn't have the armor in Book of Boba Fett.
No, you're right.
He gave it back. So I think this is a Mandalorian print.
Yeah, probably.
If that helps people, but I do like the kind of distressing around the edge. I think it's and the mastiffs, the massive mastiffs towards the bottom.
It's a bummer they have to put Star Wars Celebration on these things. Yeah. Like that kind of like, come on, guys. Like
it kind of pulls me out of it.
Yes and no. I mean, I personally, in my opinion, don't prefer it, but a lot of people, when they get artwork from Celebration, it's more of the, sort of sentimental aspect of, oh, this piece is
I get it.
from that Celebration. Yeah. So there's a purpose for it, but I agree. It's kind of a preferential thing. It's more subjective to, do you like it or do you not like it? But this is a great image. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really tempted. Who knows? Maybe next time. Maybe by tomorrow on group therapy, I'll be talking about how I ordered this one.
The Max Rebo Band.
I can only apologize. So I think this is, I sound like such an asshole, but there's going to be prints that I mention or show that I'm not fans of, and this is one of them. There's a market for this to other collectors. It's just not me.
Who's the market?
It's, I think we've talked about it. As far as like the Scott C ones, this looks like something that you'd see maybe in a kid's room.
The poster buddies are getting this. I don't like this.
Yeah, it exists. It's out there. It's 12 by 18. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
I mean, I like that they did a Max Rebo Band print, but this is not my favorite. But in case anyone out there is interested, get with those poster buddies.
Yep.
This one's really hard to capture.
I cannot do this. I can't do this. Is crazy.
It's very talk about Photoshoppy.
Yes. Are you kidding me? This is like clip art, not even Photoshop. This is like clip art shit right here. Come on.
12 by 36. It's called A New Hope Death Star. So it features just scenes from A New Hope featuring the Death Star. It's by Jason Christman. I don't know
Jason Christ.
Jason Christ. What did you do?
This is he had 6 months to turn it in. He had 6 months to turn it in, and he worked on it the night before. That's what this image is.
Jason, what did you do, Christman?
Christ, man.
Man.
we're kind of assholes, but
I
don't
know.
know.
It makes me miss John Dang. Like, dang, John.
Dang.
John.
In the words of Matt, just do better next time or something.
Yeah, well, seriously.
And the concept's
Do better.
interesting. It was the execution, I think, that wasn't, it's not my style. I'll just, is that a polite way to say it? It's just not my style.
I like Conja Club. Looks like scenes from a low-res video game.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
And
This
Jeff's
is
not
pretty
wrong
badass.
here. It's
This
a
is
runner.
cool.
This is cool. Joe Caroni, is that how you say it? Punch It Chewy. So this is 18 by 24. Again, same edition size as all the others, 50.
Yep.
I do think this was executed very, very well. I like the kind of blurriness in the foreground.
Uh-huh.
And also, I got to give props for it being a solo print because we don't
get many of those.
Even when Solo was coming out, we didn't get many of them, yet alone years later. So I appreciate this.
The lithograph too. It's cool.
I think all of these, minus maybe one of them, are lithographs, actually. There weren't a lot of screen prints in this offering, or they might all be lithographs. I can't remember. My brain's been jello lately, but I think this is really great. And you can't go wrong with the size. I don't think a lot of these are actually on the larger size either. I think most of them were 18 by 24s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or
I like the colors.
Yeah, it's unexpected to do something so like cool toned with these blues. But I think both of them look great.
Yeah, Star Wars Addict said this one is good, and the Celebration logo to the side, which is nice too.
And if you wanted to matte this out, you totally could.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Whereas the one I like, there's no freaking way. I think you'd end up cutting off some of the mastiffs. This is not really my style, but
this is nobody's style, CC. No one should have this style.
Also, can you see that they snuck in the Celebration logo on the side?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like on the left-hand side, very
on
very
the actual,
like where the
actual print.
Kylo's lights. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, that's right. Dark Ray is literally pointing at it with her lightsaber.
This looks like a playing card.
It does, but that was the intention. So if that was the assignment, they understood the assignment.
I guess. Jeez.
Yeah, 11 by 17. Jump on it now, guys, if you're interested.
Just get the hell on this thing.
I think it's a brave choice to do something Rise of Skywalker, if I'm quite honest. But I don't think we're quite over that. But it's called The Sun and Moon by Kayla Croft. This one kind of reminded me, this might be a hot take, of like a Tom Whalen, so I kind of like it. Asia Ellington, A Night with the Max Rebo Band, 11 by 17. This is kind of cool.
It looks like the Tiki Room at Disney. That's what it reminds me of.
It's like if.
Yeah, that looks like a what's his name?
Swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like if Tom Whalen and Swag did some sort of collab. I think that might be a hot take comparing artist to artist, but I do like a lot of Swag stuff. I like the simplistic nature of like the patrons towards the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
Boba and some Jawas. Ula looks great. So this is fun. I can get behind this because it's fun and well executed and fun.
Oh,
I know Matt doesn't like Danny Haas, but this is one of the ones that sold out already.
Get out of here. Get out of here. This sold out?
Yes.
Stop it. How many did they make? 5? They make 5 of these?
250.
Jeez.
So 250 people like this.
Gosh,
he has a following.
Artist subjective, Matt. You may not like it, but
it is very
250 people.
I don't think I sent you.
It is very subjective.
A photo of the Thrawn commission I got from him, but I liked it. So this was
Squash Face Ahsoka.
24. It's a perspective thing. I think her chin is tilted down.
I'm sure it is.
Victory and Death. I like the helmet towards the bottom with the snow. and then the silhouette of Vader. Mind you, I haven't seen the episode, but I do know that that's a scene from the show. I do like this. I mean, it's not one I would have picked up, but he does do a lot of Ahsoka prints, and they tend to sell out really quickly.
People love Ahsoka. I mean,
yeah,
especially, you know, this kind of Ahsoka. So yeah.
And also, I think if you really like or you have an appreciation for the animated series, like Clone Wars, Rebels, he has that style. It's almost like the difference between NYC and Zion Art, because we talk about that a lot, where Zion Art tends to do more of the animated styles better. I think Danny Haas nails that kind of animated style because he can take something that's not from an animated medium, like I think he did an Indiana Jones print that I thought was okay looking, and kind of make it more of that animated style that he has. And it still kind of works out. But
it's just too photoshoppy and too, like, I don't know. I
think for me they need to be a little bright. But
these are the types of ones where I look at and I just go right past it because I'm just like, ugh, not my thing. Oh gosh, they just get worse and worse.
I don't know why neither of them age in all of these scenes, though.
It's like watching an episode of This Is Us. Like, I don't need to see all their problems. Yeah. Like, it's like you're seeing all the things that they've had to go through. It's like, I don't need to see that shit.
There are a few. I have one by, I think it's J.C. Richards.
What kind of show is this tonight, man?
We're going to get canceled for not being a very positive channel, guys.
I guess. Yeah, that's...
And Jeff's going to buy you a Danny Haas print for Christmas, Matt.
That's good. So I need stuff to put in my fireplace.
If I'm quite honest, so like ARC Trooper said Etsy, a lot of these look like something you would find on Etsy.
Yes, they look freaking ridiculous for someone that's selling something for an exclusive piece that's going to be sold at, or going to be, you know, picked up at Celebration. I'd be embarrassed if I walked up and I was like, that's the one I ordered, and it's this piece of shit, and they gave it to me and I had to walk around like with this print. Like, that's shame on me. Yeah. It's ridiculous. They look like they like paper cutouts that they just like put in. It's crazy. Come on.
Yeah, talk about photoshoppy. I think that's the common denominator that we're seeing on a lot of these ones that we don't really appreciate is you could be a digital artist like that Moon Knight one. But then these ones just don't. It's
my gosh.
But if you're looking for like a Han Leia, like kind of romantic print, the one I like is by J.C. Richard, and I don't remember if it's still available, but I think it was small too, like 12 by 12. I have that one somewhere.
There's other prints out there that are good.
Yeah,
just not this one.
This one felt very like poster to me as opposed to art print. Also, because it's so tiny, I don't know how much detail you're gonna get from something like this.
I like the colors though. The colors are cool.
Yeah. And seeing oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name? Was it Fives? Is that the one that had like the issue?
Oh, is it? No.
You know which one I'm
talking about. I can't remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The only one that you could see that's got their face showing besides Omega.
I
don't remember his name. Jesus. But this is kind of cool. Again, if you're like a real clone collector, if you have a lot of, is it 99? Mark says 99. I don't know if that's right.
Could be.
But God, that was a gut wrenching episode. This is cool. Joe Hogan,
it's
Grand Army.
It's busy.
I'm buying
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to look at, but I do like the colors though. I think it's cool the way they did all the different colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I liked about this, because I've seen a few where they're kind of like fake attraction posters. I did like that this is like Black Spire Outpost, Galaxy's Edge. So this is Date Night at Black Spire Outpost by Brian Miller. So not bad. I think if you're a huge Disney fan, this would be totally up your alley.
It's gonna be killer for the Disney fans.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a good one.
You're right.
Yeah. Especially with the First Order stormtroopers over here.
In the back, yeah.
I just realized, yeah. That'd be cool.
That is what it looks like.
This I don't know. This one makes me dizzy. I don't know what was going on here. I get it, but I don't get it. It just I don't know.
And you're
This
looking at
sold out?
sold out.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
This one.
This
But
is lazy.
To be fair, when I first looked at all of them, I said this one's probably going to be the one that appeals to the most.
Get the hell
because it obviously it kind of speaks to the completionist in people, where if they could get one art print that represents every movie so far, this is it. There's another artist. Damn, I thought it was the same one, but I don't think it is. But he's done like every major like showdown, like lightsaber battle for every movie. God, what's that artist's name? It is very photoshoppy. He's a digital artist. I think it's a he, if I'm honest. But
the subject matter sounds a lot more, with the lightsaber battles. That sounds a little bit more thought through.
Yeah. Whereas this, you're right. There's no consistency really, unless it's like you're looking at scenic or memorable landscapes for each of them, like Naboo, Tatooine, Mustafar. But at least the other one, like there's a consistent theme with them being lightsaber battles.
I thought they were skateboard decks when I first looked at this. Like I thought it was like a bunch of skateboard.
I'm not kidding. I thought the same exact thing. I thought they were limited edition skateboard decks, and then when I realized it was a print, I was like, "That's ridiculous."
Yeah, and then when I thought they were skateboard decks, I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like someone will like that's pretty neat. And then I figured out as a print, like this is ridiculous.
They kind of look like the snap bracelets. I'm aging myself.
They do.
Snap bracelets.
But yeah, this is 16 by 24. Alex Mines in a galaxy far, far away, and it is sold out already.
That's amazing.
Someone's gonna see that in someone's wall and be like, "That guy's a fan of Roman numerals."
He really likes to count up from with these Roman numerals. That's crazy.
Seriously, this is
this
interesting. I like this.
Yeah, this is another one that it's funny. It's not the same artist. At least I don't think it's the same artist. I have a small like postcard that I got, I think at Disneyland, but I think it's called like Leaders of the Galaxy, and it's basically different female costumes from the Star Wars movies so far, basically. And that I had in my bathroom. So this is another one that I think it's a little more, I guess I can say it's feminine because of that box I checked on my birth certificate or whatever. But I like this. Also, I found out when I was doing some research, the artist is Dawn Murphy. This is the Senator's Wardrobe, 16 by 24. In, I think it was 2020, she did one that was not just Padme's wardrobe, but it was different costumes of like the different women of Star Wars. So if you happen to have that one from 2 years ago, this would be a good companion piece. Okay. But yeah.
Cool.
Not bad. If any, I mean, of all the wardrobes to feature, I think this would be one that would be cool to feature. This one is Legacy in the Making by L. Jason Queen, 18 by 24. Not bad. The closer I looked at it, the more I appreciated it, but I think it's just the colors are just a little too bright for me. Oh my gosh, Jeff, you're right. Yeah, I guess that wardrobe one would look really good with the Mando print that we featured earlier by Mondo, because it looks like paper dolls. But this I think is cool if you're looking for something that's more Mandalorian specific, not necessarily the show, but the creed, perhaps.
I don't like the circles, but yeah, I mean, yeah, everything's done well. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting.
That border is weird. Yeah,
the border's weird.
Yeah, but like, the image works.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not my style, but yeah.
I don't like the Celebration logo right at the top, though.
Yeah, it's a thing, man. They got to put it somewhere, right? Like they're just probably
It
struggling
does
to
give it
figure
a
out
postery vibe.
where to put it.
Yeah.
You know.
And I agree. I'm not too crazy about. Also, why is Grogu in this shit?
I don't. He's
'Cause he
everywhere.
sells.
He's
It's like sex
effing
sells, Grogu
everywhere.
sells.
It's like
Kick him in
well,
his tiny dick and get him out of the these things. I mean, we don't need him all over the place.
You heard it here first, guys, from Matt. Grogu has a tiny dick.
He does. Or it could be massive, and he's just that's why he can't jump high and stuff like that.
Sure.
You know.
Beacon of
That
Hope,
took a turn.
18 by 24. I've got a lot of images running through my head, which I'd rather not have. So
Hey, you're welcome.
thank you. Yeah. I guess I
Oh,
don't.
they're really featuring Leia
Susie,
in this one, huh?
who's the artist? Who's the artist on this one, Susie?
Jeez.
I'm gonna butcher that. I'm not even gonna try.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Wait,
Schickling.
is he related to Shudlick? To Dan?
Adam Schickling.
I don't know. I just thought it'd be hard to say. Schickling.
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 It's a
Schickling?
compound word.
Chickling.
Schickling.
Adam Chickling, Beacon of Hope. It
Good image though. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, very, very Leia heavy.
One thing. All right.
I mean,
I'm
this is like-
gonna tip my hat to this guy because this is the first print we've seen so far where the Star Wars Celebration logo is implemented well into the image.
Sure.
yes. Yeah. But
I don't think
it
it's cheesy at all.
It also doesn't have a white border around it.
yeah. I don't understand the everything in the background. I understand the foreground, but everything else I'm like, was that necessary? Because it kind of I know Matt, like you didn't like that Ahsoka versus Maul print from Sideshow because it had like the floating heads. I think this is like the floating everything else.
Yeah.
I think it would have looked a lot classier and less busy if those things in the background hadn't been there. But I like what they did with the foreground. So yeah, this one's not bad. I do still think if you're going to try to get a print that's Leia centric, it's going to be the Olivia D.
Bernese or whatever.
Berninius. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think you know which one I'm talking about though. That one's kind of hard to find, but worth it. This one I thought was not bad. A Queen's Light by, I think this is Lindsay, who Steve really likes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that Bobby Brown from Stranger Things?
Which one? There's so many.
The one holding the gun up in the corner?
That does look a lot like her.
Oh, it does, yeah. But I mean, we've said that before, so I think it's just
This just looks like a young Padme.
The one with her in the blue dress with like the profile, that looks nothing like Natalie Portman, if I do say so.
Padme in a blue dress, blue dress, blue dress.
Lots of Padmes.
Yep. So if you're looking,
it's cool. It's cool subject though. Like subject matter wise, it's I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're a Padme fan, it's nice.
Sure.
And it might be speculation, pure speculation, but I think people have been talking about how they hope that we see Vader visit Padme's memorial in the Kenobi series. Don't know if it can happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, Mark says not bad, but the main large photo doesn't look anything like Portman to me.
This one, the one where
the big one, yeah.
Like funeral one.
That's her death, right?
Yeah, I thought that's the one. That's
too.
the that does look like her. I think that one, and then this one with like the Renaissance buns looks like her.
Yeah, I think those look like her. But yeah, that's her death. That's when they're walking her down the.
Yeah, the wedding dress one and the kind of like queen one looks like her. I think
the wedding dress one really captured her.
Yeah,
I think this one's a little wet towel.
Oh, she got hit by a wet towel.
This profile's a little Maybe they accidentally got pictures of Keira Knightley as references.
Yeah.
But who knows?
This is crazy.
I thought was cool. And I think, too, if you're getting either the Skiff Guard helmet or the Leia Bausch helmet, this would look fantastic if you have the space to put it behind those. This by Chris Travis, I want to say, The Princess's Gambit, 18 by 24. And that's certainly not what we've ever seen her in.
I think this looks pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like this is what everyone should be quality level we should be looking at here for.
I like the title. I like the execution. I like the concept. I like
it's
everything.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scene you've never actually seen.
Yep.
Where he just kind of said, "What if how did this whole plan come together?" Right? It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like this. I don't know if I have a spot for it in my collection, but I think it was one of the more impressive ones because I think too, we don't see enough of it when artists are imagining scenes that we never saw. Hey Gigi. So I think it was a bold choice to kind of like, I don't want to say like fan fiction, but like fill in the gaps and something that's not based on a scene that we've experienced before.
This is sick. There's two in this dark ink art thing that I'm thinking about.
This one and what's the other one?
This is one of them. One of them coming up.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it. That one. This one.
Okay. This is one that I think of all the people who have said that they've ordered one or going to order one, this is one that's been pretty popular.
This is fantastic.
I think the one from last year was quite popular as well. I just can't remember what that one was called. But this is the artist is Malcolm Tween. There's a print I want from him, but I can't remember what the fuck it is. But that's how I know his name. I think there's one from a few years ago that I want. 19 by 13. Of course, It's got that giant white border on it, but you could always map that.
Oh, that kills me. I don't know about the border, but you're right. You can map it out. This is very mytho-ish. I really like it. I was on a forum yesterday, the day before, and I swim in. Some people like I know we talk loosely on the show. We have a little fun. We poke fun at some of the art and the prints, which, with all the respect, these artists do great work. And what they do is pretty amazing. And we're just sharing our opinions. It's nothing serious. But somebody literally posted this print, and beneath it, not one, but two people had 30 comments. That wasn't a scene. I never saw that scene.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I like. That's what I appreciate. Exactly. Actually, that kind of makes sense. That, like Matt, you said that this one you really like, and the other one, it's almost like that mythos. Yes. They're going outside the box, but it's landing well, basically.
Fantastic.
No, I think it's great. I think the only problem I have with this one is I look at this and I'm like, once this thing sees you, it's transmitting your location. It's like, it makes me think like, why would you like fight this thing in an open, setting like this? Cause now you're screwed. But I do love the idea. Like, I love the idea of him like squaring off against a probe droid like this. It's really cool. And the way you don't see his face, you see the back of him, a little bit more profile, the cape, the cloak, all that stuff. It's pretty. It's a pretty.
Yeah, I bet Steve is getting this if he hasn't already.
I would think so. So.
He's got to. I feel like it's a necessity.
I'm trying to figure out between this one and the last one. It'd be fun to get one to pick up. I think and I think the last one and this one I think are the best in my mind. So
if this is one that's maybe on your list, I would probably act quickly on this one.
Yeah,
I'm surprised this one. Yeah,
as opposed to the other ones.
As a gun,
yeah. This one also has sold out, which doesn't surprise me given the following that the artist has. Adriana.
Oh, is it?
Okay. This is A Friend, 16 by 24.
Is this Jerry's wife or something? What's going on here?
Daughter, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it's his daughter. Pretty sure it's his daughter.
That's cool.
It's not. I'm not
a sister-in-law
Vanderstelt fan, whether it's Adriana or Jerry. But I can see the appeal with this. I think it's really, really well done. I just don't. I think it's pulling from that last scene in Mandalorian, But Luke, to me, he almost looks like a Force ghost.
He
Yeah.
does look like a Force ghost.
That's
He
what I
does.
don't kind of understand.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's trying to capture. Like I know it says it's called A Friend. So I think it's supposed to capture the moment that Grogu meets perhaps R2 and Luke, but Luke just seems kind of more menacing and mysterious in the background.
Yeah.
It was just like a Vader presence to him.
Yeah, not so friendly. So I don't know. I think that just doesn't jive with the overall concept.
Unless Grogu's like, help me, don't let me go with that guy.
Please.
And I'm just like, beep, beep, beep.
Get me away from these fucking people. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, don't go with him.
The colors are beautiful, especially looking at it on my TV screen.
Mm.
So I could definitely see why this is one of the ones that sold out.
Yeah.
So I think it's 3 so far that have sold out.
Okay.
The Danny Haas, the one we all didn't like, and this one. Bad Batch fans, One Heart Divided. This 18 by 24. I have yet to watch the Bad Batch. I know I'm an awful Star Wars fan, so I think the style is really nice.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. I think the logo is incorporated really well. That celebration nonsense.
I agree.
Yeah. This is not one that I'm not sure if this will sell out really quickly, but
Nice to see a handful of 18 by 24s though, huh? Stuff you could actually frame and not consume your wall.
I think the only ones that weren't were, I think we had like a 16 by 20 here and there, and then that skate deck one I think was 12 by 36. So yeah, and the New Hope one that we didn't like, the Death Star one. But yeah, you're right. None of these were 24 by 36s, which is kind of a welcome thing for people.
Robin
like
says
me.
it's Duke. Is she talking about Duke Skywalker? From
yeah.
Yeah.
The unfriendly. This is Duke Skywalker.
Duke Skywalker. Oh my gosh, Duke. What was the what's the other name we made up for him? Ernesto de la Skywalker. That's the other one.
Ernesto. This is nice.
Yeah, so to change, this didn't blow up very well actually, but I saw these I think today because I was so busy yesterday in
really
a
like this
work conference, unfortunately. But these are not licensed, but the artist is Robert Bruno, and these are available on his own store, like Big Cartel Store.
Yeah, Big Cartel.
I actually might buy this.
This would be great. Steve's collection.
Yeah.
Know what the title of this should be? Pardon my language. The title of this should be May the 4th. It should be I'm gonna fuck you up. Because that's what she looks like she's about to do, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what she did.
Looks like she's coming out of the clutches to like
He's
kick
like,
ass and take names.
She straight up murdered all those guys out there, dude.
Yeah,
she's
look
like,
at
fuck
that.
around
She
and
looks
find
like
out,
she's about to-
basically.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
So I might get this because it kind of reminded me, dare I say, of the oh fuck. Was it the Marco Menev that was kind of green that I thought would look really great with the NYC Ahsoka? So I think this might be like a decent consolation prize. It's on the smaller side, so you've got 2 options. 8 by 10 or 16 by 20, edition size of 150. I don't know if it's both of those size options are 150 each or if it's split down the middle. I'm not sure. But he does have, he's doing like a moments series. His one with Vader, I think it's the scene from the end of Rogue One where he's down the hallway. And then he has one with Luke. How we're introduced to Luke at the end of Mandalorian, where he's down the hallway and he's destroyed all those dark troopers. So there's definitely like a series going on with these if you want to pick those up as well. These are just the new ones he did for May the 4th. Cad Bane.
Squish face Bane.
2 different.
This is the actual like Cad Bane from the. That looks like the one from Boba Fett.
Yeah. So these were like kind of somewhat recent ones.
Cool. Oh, I like the Vader one.
I love the like vignetting of the blue in the back. If you're just a big Cad Bane fan, this is nice. And then this one. So this is like that moment series. This is where he ignited the Darksaber. This was in the lower edition size, so 100 as opposed to 150.
It'd be nice to see a little bit of the Darksaber in his visor.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little bit. But it's cool.
Yeah. But I like the weathering on the helmet, like the texture it has. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And the prices of these aren't terrible either, if I remember correctly. So if you want to check them out.
No, they are. Well, hold on, that's a little random, but $25 for the smaller, and then 50 for the 16 by 20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
I'll
not
sign
bad.
the number by the artist. Yeah, definitely not bad.
And this one I gotta send to Steve, but it's 5x7.
Okay.
Don't ask me why it's 5x7, but this one's an edition size of 250 though.
Okay.
But I do like it,
Mhm.
especially for like a shelf, like the way that Steve collects with putting it behind like a Billy bookcase.
Yeah.
It's a little good, kind of
That's
like
nice.
that watercolor vibe to it. So these we've talked about, so I won't go over a lot of this, but I just want to let people know in case they missed out on either of these. Both the I didn't change the fucking title. These are Gab APs of the Krennic and the Lando, so they're 13 by 19. So the signed and numbered artist proofs are available on Gab's specific website. If you give that a Google, I think they're priced a little higher than the first iteration, like basically the normal editions, but that's pretty typical when artists put APs up because they tend to sign them while they have them, so therefore they charge a little bit more.
Right.
But if you missed out on either of these and you were waiting for those APs to go up, I think they went up maybe a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. Go ahead and run
Look
over
at
there.
that Lando. Go and get it. Go and get it.
Yeah, it's good.
Lando?
It's nice.
What is it, Cece?
Did you get the Lando?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Damn,
nice.
it would look. Well, of course, I don't think I had ordered the Skiff Guard helmet when these came out. I just don't know if I have space for it, but I have the Krennic and I love it. So this is not a very great, like, high quality teaser, but I just wanted to show it. Matt Taylor posted this, that he's working on a Doctor Strange print, and he was kind of coy as like, it may or may not be a Multiverse of Madness print, but of course
Of course it is.
but I was talking to someone today about kind of the speed in which these prints roll out. So it's exciting to see that artists are working on these prints as the movie's coming out versus like the onslaught we had. It's not a coloring book page. Jesus.
That was good. That was good.
That would be
I
a
was
great
thinking
thing.
that too. That's why.
Yeah.
It's at a discount because you have to fill it in.
Cece, what you need to do is we need to make a coloring book and get all of these artists to give us like test versions of their things that they've done, to a certain point.
And we'll be like, we'll show you how it's done.
And then you can color it in. It's a coloring book with like amazing prints. That'd be crazy.
That's
If it hasn't been done before.
idea, dude.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
But I appreciate that artists are currently working on these kind of prints versus like the onslaught we had with the Batman, where some of them released even before the movie was out. And if my memory is correct, there weren't a lot of Doctor Strange prints that came out around the time of the first movie. So I'd like to see that remedied, and we'll see at least 2 that are quasi out.
Nice. Keep eyes peeled, guys. Next week on the Hyperdrive, exclusive Star Wars coloring book.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, that would be a great idea, though.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
It would actually, yeah.
If it hasn't, assuming it hasn't already been done before.
No, if you want it, if you actually wanted it,
Copperfield
if you actually wanted it to come out, the Hyperdrive would be the place to do it. Because if we
It
do
would be,
it,
yeah. I wasn't saying that like ill-spoken, yeah.
no, I'm just saying it would fall through the floor if we did it, probably.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is interesting. Different.
So he posted a few past Star Wars prints that he's done and teased that he's working on other projects that are Star Wars related. So I'll certainly keep an eye on that for the future.
That's pretty cool.
So this was
Batman.
Yep. So I do still think that this is possibly a continuation of his Batmobile series. But he did put this out. I forget what day it was, but it was an exciting day. He posted a few things that he was working on or teasing, and this was one of them. And I don't know how I feel about it. I have a lot of Batman prints already.
It's cool though.
I might try to find space for it, or if I don't have space, I might just get it anyway and just stick it in
CC,
the portfolio.
you didn't get all those, right? You just have like what, a couple
No,
of them or something?
I
One?
only own of the Batmobile series. I only have the animated one,
Okay.
the Batman animated series one. Yep. So I thought it was interesting that not all of that we can see anyway. I still think that this might be a Batmobile feature, and that we're just seeing him walking away, and that's what's been teased, as opposed to like a, I don't want to say more traditional, but just like a standard, the Batman print. I still think he's going to rope it into the Batmobile series because it makes the most sense to continue that for people who are like collecting the line.
That dope.
So he did post that his artist proofs of the all three of those that were part of the NYCC virtual convention are going to be available soon. He said soon. Bottleneck Gallery, who typically sells his artist proofs, or I think the last time he sold a lot of artist proofs, they sold them, said later. So it's soon or later, who knows, but I'll certainly keep people posted because I know a lot of people missed out on the Rogue One print, unfortunately. So I'll be sure to post updates as I see them in our Facebook group.
Cool.
So head over there if you're not already. This was the other tease. I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Jason.
How you doing?
Let's go.
Well, I guess I'm not in trouble because as much as I like the Gabs one, I'd already promised it to Jason. So I guess that means that I have another slot where I could have a Dune print, even though it would be the second one. Third one. I have three. This would be the third Dune print.
That came out wrong. Have a second slot you can have.
Yeah. Listen, I'm excited for this. Matt Ferguson doing a Dune print.
Even this where it just says Dune with that background, I would even hang that. I like it. I'm serious. I just like that. That looks good.
It does look good.
Like the color he chose and everything, it just looks good.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting if, I doubt it would, but some people mentioned this when the Gabs one released, is that they weren't sure if he was going to shoehorn, God, can I say that without you thinking it's a sex thing? If he could shoehorn in the fact that was part one, that was a poster for or an art print for part one.
Yeah.
I don't think when that print came out, they had announced that it was part one of two until after I think he teased it and people had asked, but I think given how long the approval process for these prints are, that's not something that I think that they're adding to the Gabs print just because it was too far into the process. This one, I'm not sure if he's going to be adding into the title or the credits, if it's even going to have any, that this is going to be like part one of two for the next movie. But that'll be interesting to see. And then this I was excited about. So we had previously discussed how he did a print that was going to be available. I think 10 are available through a giveaway through the Odeon Cinema, which is a UK brand of movie theaters.
Yeah.
10 lucky fucking bastards are going to get this framed. But I'm still kind of hopeful. I'm hoping they'll do like a WandaVision 2.0 where that's how the WandaVision print came to be. They just basically got rid of the credit block and then like a year later offered it. So I'm hoping that this is made available. I know it's going to be a 24 by 36 and I'm going to hate it because of the size, but I do really love it. This photo I have here doesn't do it justice. If you zoom in, you see the multifaceted parts of Doctor Strange, like the different iterations that we've seen in the trailer in those like shards of glass, which I think is amazing. But hope is not all lost with this. If you want something kind of similar, this is the poster he did that was exclusive to Regal Cinemas. They were giving out mini posters if you saw the movie in Real 3D. I don't know the size of those mini posters. Also, I doubt the Regal near me or the Regals near me were going to get this anyway. But I think you would have had to have seen the movie either today or tomorrow. But I'm thinking that maybe people might post these up on eBay as they typically do.
I wonder how this works, Cece. I wonder if do they show him the movie? Does he get to see the movie in advance? Does he just get like certain scenes that he gets to like see in advance to make these things? You know what I mean? Like, how does that work?
They get what's it called? Like principal photography, Matt. They get like still shots.
They don't. Yeah, I haven't heard of them being given access to like the entire movie. I think they have the trailers to go off of, and also we've talked. I think we've talked about this before, or maybe I've just talked about it to other people. It's a shame because sometimes you'll see art prints that come out for a specific movie, or like I think it was really obvious for The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett, where you saw artists come out with prints that were eerily similar, and it was based on approvals. So they were given certain imagery and told to create art based on those. And two artists happened to pick. It was Pablo Oliveira and oh god, who was the other one? It's still available on. It wasn't Brett Woodside. There's a print that I think is still available on Acme Archives, but it's basically Boba Fett on the throne with Fennec. So when that came out, a lot of people were like, "What the hell? Didn't Pablo Oliveira already do this?" And it's because they're only given certain leeway and kind of directed on what they can and cannot do. So I think unfortunately you do end up with a little bit of overlap, but there's nothing I see here that you probably couldn't gather from the trailer anyway. But yeah, because even hearing Matt Ferguson talk about like his process, he tends to talk about how he will play like the movie soundtracks while he's drawing. So it's or he'll watch the movie if it's out already, obviously, before working on something. I think Flora Lee does that too. They've discussed it on their YouTube channel. So this was one that, as far as I can tell, neither of these have ever been made available, but Pablo Oliveira decided to share these for May the 4th. That Greedo, I think he did in 2020, and it was
I like the Greedo.
Described as fan art. So I think that was before he had any kind of licensing behind him, but I thought these were really cool. And it's a shame we didn't see any more of the bounty hunters in the Book of Boba Fett to kind of make it so that these could maybe be made available in the future.
Yeah, those are pretty badass images.
Yeah, those are sick. I like those.
Yeah.
He was doing that helmet spike thing. Was that around the same time as Mandalorian came out, or?
So the boss, I'm pretty sure, based on just the copyright information I found, he did do last year. Okay. So I guess that would make sense if he was inspired by the Mandalorian versus the Greedo that was in 2020.
Okay. Is that the Sandcrawler behind him?
Looks like it. The silhouette.
Maybe,
yeah. And then Jabba's palace is behind Greedo, and Greedo's got IG, Bosk, and Boba looking under his leg. Boba, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's happening right there.
So hopefully, these are something that they would, maybe push out in the future and actually produce.
That'd be a sneak attack to see those at Celebration.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or like, if I wish Bottleneck would do like a virtual convention kind of situation like they did with New York City Comic Con, just for the people who aren't going to go to Celebration.
Geez, let's hope that, the amount of prints we're going to be having to deal with.
But I'd be excited about that.
Guys, that's not good.
Yeah. So I guess collector spotlight.
Cool.
Matt, you got and Steve's probably going to show these tomorrow, but whatever.
Matt's latest.
You received your shadow box from Daniel Danger and took some amazing pictures of it, so I wanted to feature those.
It's beautiful.
And it was the lavender one, which these pictures don't look very I think you could almost barely tell that the background itself is lavender, which I think is really interesting. It wasn't captured very well on the website when ordering.
It's subtle. It's subtle, but it's there, and it's just beautiful. Like, yeah, it's.
Yeah, this is great.
Grab it real quick.
Do you have? Oh, he probably can't hear me.
Yeah, it's hard to notice too, but you can see the little Yoda back there too. If you notice that.
I love that. That's probably my favorite part of the whole thing is that you can see Yoda in the back.
It is a beautiful little. I mean, you can see. This is what's cool about it. Here, I'll put my screen up here. This is what's cool about it. I mean, you can see the.
Oh, museum glass.
Yeah, it's museum glass. Yeah.
And it was so worth it, though. It was like $20 for the museum glass.
Yeah, it's freaking beautiful. I mean, look at that. That is just. It's just.
It's to clean though.
It is. It's crazy. It is crazy.
It's so different. I love it with the trees.
For anybody watching, I'm not being a smartass, honestly. If you got the museum glass, do not, under any circumstances, spray it with any type of glass cleaner that has ammonia in it. That's it. The glass will be done. You'll never get the streaks or any of the surface swirls out of it ever.
Good to know.
Permanently damaged.
I'm such a cheap ass. I don't have anything else with museum glass, so.
Yeah, it'll literally be permanently damaged. No matter how much you wipe and no matter how many special cloths you get, it'll never go away.
It must be the film on the glass, right?
It's baked inside. It's inside the glass because it refracts, so it's like UVA and UVB protective. But if you spray it with it, it's so difficult to clean. Yep, Arx, as long as less than years ago. Yeah, I did it once again years ago. I literally had to go in, and it was on a larger piece, a 12 by 36. I had to go in and have a whole new piece of glass put in, like, to replace it. Now I just do a soft dusting and just a dry, rub with this, cloth. But yeah. But for the money for this piece, this is a great piece. This is a great release. Everything about this piece was great. The image, the context, the execution of it. This was an A+ all around.
It's nice, yeah.
Manageable size. Everything about it comes pre-framed. Yeah, fantastic piece.
I'm really excited to get it, and I think it's just really, really unique. Especially for someone like I don't report to say have like the most art prints of anyone, but the number grows every week, it seems like. So I think this trying to find something that really stands out is kind of getting more and more difficult. So I'm really excited to see this in.
You're gonna love it. It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
And this was the other exciting thing you added to the wall.
Looks great next to that other Matt Ferguson print.
I know.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
I still think I'm happy with the fact that I got the color version as opposed to the.
Oh, I love it.
Man, it was hard to choose. It really was because they both look.
I don't know. He's moving around.
Okay.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah. Everyone can hear it really loudly. But no, it's a fantastic print. It just works so well with that other Matt Ferguson print. And I have to say, I say this quite a bit when I'm talking about these bottleneck prints. If you can do it, get them framed by them. Mm-hmm. It's not that expensive. I mean, it's not like super cheap, but it's not that expensive. It's not like you're going to freaking, Hobby Lobby or some shit. But it's well done. It just matches so well. I really love it.
I wonder if you could ask them not to mat it though, because that's what bothers me. Because I'm like, it's already a 24 by 36 print. Why the fuck do they have to add a mat to it?
I know it's huge.
Yeah, you're adding and you're creating stability issues too.
I bet you could probably ask them once you order, and just tell them you don't want it matted. Because it
saves them money.
I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say if you ask for it unmatted, which I'm sure you can do, it saves them money. It's less material. They're cutting less frame and using less acrylic.
Yeah. Maybe I'll be tempted to do that in the next release. Who knows?
Plus, a print like this, you see where it's full bleed, would look nice with just the image in the frame.
Yeah. Hence all of mine are like that. Here's the rest of your wall.
That's like right in the hallway too, guys. Like, bam! Talk about putting your collection in your home.
The spacing though does bother me. I'm just
salon style, yeah.
No, oh, of course, Matt's not even. I think he's putting his shadow box back. He's not even hearing me talk about his collection. No, more like
good.
The
Hey,
lack
sorry.
of uniformity between the prints.
Oh, well, I think there's like a light switch or something, a plug thing underneath. But yeah.
Oh,
but this is like right there. Like when you go to use the bathroom or walk down the hall, it's like bam. It's like in your
Yeah, it's
face.
right in your face, and it's like the hallway's not. It's not wide. It's like a
That's great photography, dude. Because that always.
It's not wide. It's pretty thin, and like it's just right there. And so, but yeah, that's my space that I have.
Well, what I like is like you don't know it's there, right?
Right.
Because like you don't see it, you don't know, you don't expect it, but the second you turn that corner, it's like Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's like, bam.
It's the only reason I can do it because no one really sees it.
Because you can't tell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks good though. It looks really good.
Maybe afterwards, I'll probably show you guys pictures of my new place. But I'm really excited to get prints up on the wall because I have like unframed ones. I've got framed ones like all over the place. But also, when you walk into my new apartment, there's a few feet and then there's a wall. Well, that wall is going to be covered in art prints.
Yeah.
And like my life-sized Han and Carbonite art print. So it's going to be like, hope you fucking like Star Wars as soon as you
right. Yeah, exactly. See,
So
my issue is that I knew I'm horrible at spacing things out the right way and like getting like perfect spacing between everything. So I knew there's no way I was going to do this that way. It just couldn't. There's no possible way I was going to make it look even like just the right space.
Look really good space wise.
No, they do, but I'm just saying like I'm really bad at that. And so I just basically decided, F it. I'm just gonna put them wherever I want.
Yeah, like own it. That foil is really bright though too. That's nice. The Pablo Rivera Mando.
Mm-hmm. It's a really nice print. I like that print.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that's all I have.
Cool.
Yeah, so not bad. I think we're doing well on time.
Yeah.
I think that's all I had. Yep, it is.
All said and done, I think there's a really nice portfolio of offerings. I think it it's across the board. It's broad enough where there's something different for everybody. Different variations, different styles, different colors. I think it was I think it's a nice balance of prints.
Yeah, I agree. It's some cool stuff and it's really fun to be able to go to to not be like, hey, I'm ordering this thing, it's going to come in the mail eventually. Like I know it's more convenient that way, but it's also really fun to go pick something up at a convention. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like buying a hot toy at Comic-Con or something, because it's like an exclusive for
and get that deli line and take your number. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's exciting. Get to talk about it. You're all amped up. The anticipation.
Exciting. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little scared actually because I think I've only bought like 2 art prints last week, and that's unlike me. So,
well, that's good.
I think it's just like maybe, like you said, maybe there's more on the horizon.
There's way more.
I know. That's what I'm scared about.
Yeah, there's way more. They're gonna come. It's Celebration. They're gonna Bottleneck's gonna do more.
You think we're gonna get knocked over the head with them?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think Bottleneck will do more. I think Mondo will do more. I think, I think Sideshow will have their own like releases of prints of their Sideshow art stuff, which some of those can be very, very good.
Yeah. Sideshow,
not all of them
pretty decent.
Yeah. Not all of them work, but there's some of them that are really, really good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Vanderstilt have something, some of that kind of stuff going on. So that's why I think we haven't seen as many drop, even though there was some that dropped for sure for May the 4th. But I think there could have been more had there not been a celebration. If the celebration was like in August, I think there would have been more. So, and
the only prints I was aware of that released that I didn't feature were by comic book artist Mike Del Mundo. And I didn't feature them because they were 3 basically prints that he did based on comic book covers he'd already released. And actually, I have one already. That's why I didn't feature them, because they weren't necessarily new. They were just kind of like reprints of comic book covers he's done.
Yeah.
But I tried to include even like smaller artists, as opposed to like kind of the big names we come to recognize. But I am worried, especially if Bottleneck comes out with art prints during celebration. Shit, I'm gonna be like,
I know.
Deuces, guys. I have to be ready for this drop.
I know.
I can't. That's where it's a little stressful. Yeah. Or should I like Artist Alley?
Yeah, there's going to be tons to go look at. I mean, come on. A lot.
And I got to figure out too the logistics of, to be honest, I don't typically buy a lot of art prints at conventions. I've gotten pretty lucky about buying them online. But I think the logistics of carrying around a bunch of art prints.
Yeah, sure.
And like the kind of like portable tubes that you can buy. I think that's where I've got a little bit of anxiety about being a poster buddy for some people. It's just carrying around a bunch of really expensive paper.
You shouldn't call people that. That shouldn't be a thing. But that's cool.
Should we use for poster buddy?
I don't know.
Smuggler, poster smuggler,
like, paper friend,
smuggler. What is it, like the people who go to Disney and get stuff? Don't they call those scavengers? Scavengers, not smugglers, there you go. Scavengers, poster scavengers. Let's make it a thing.
That's better. Poster buddies, but hey, buddy, we don't.
Anything with buddy is that's true. Well, thank you everyone for joining tonight. It feels nice to kind of be back in the groove of things, and then of course you're going to be seeing our faces again tomorrow night. I think all of us are going to be.
I think so. I'm going to try. I gotta see. I'm going to be getting ready for my trip next week, so we'll see. But
okay, at least you'll see my face. At least, right, Jason? You'll hear his voice.
Just my voice.
Yeah, just the voice. I'll start calling you Billy D or James Earl Jones because you're just the voice.
Yeah.
What have we here?
Hugh asked, have we got our badges yet? I ordered my ticket through someone, like I ordered someone's ticket. So I have to ask him if he's gotten the actual physical ticket in the mail. Because I think that's the only option you had at the time when you pre-ordered the tickets.
I saw that mine's coming. So
okay.
I got an email that said mine were on their way. So,
and I don't think you need to do anything once you have them.
I don't think so.
You just got to activate them.
Oh, you do have to activate them. Okay.
Yeah. But they're just sending out tickets all slap happy. A bunch of people who canceled and got refunds are getting shipped out tickets too.
Damn.
Oh, really?
I saw at least 4 people who were like, "Hey, I canceled mine and I've got my money back and still got tickets mailed to me."
Crazy.
Well, shit. Okay.
Hugh says my badge needs to be activated, but I don't know how.
There's got to be something online.
There's got to be something. They didn't give you any like instructions with the tickets. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a little sticker on it.
There's also a Facebook group, Hugh. I think it's literally called Star Wars Celebration. But they have volunteers who've been answering people's questions that they've posted in the group or PM'd to like the moderators of the group, or the admins. If you want to check that out, that might be able to help you. I think it's literally called Star Wars Celebration Anaheim or 2020. But if you can't find it, let me know. I could send it to you. Or Ben could just take your badge, Hugh, if you can't figure it out. He's volunteering. He'll be your badge buddy.
He'll activate it for himself.
Yes.
That's cool.
Well, thank you again. Really appreciate it. and have a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow night for group therapy.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good.